All right, it's March, and my goal for March is to actually record some stuff that I do. I did a decent amount of work in February, and I recorded almost none of it, which I'd rather work on stuff than mess around with the video camera. But anyway, I'm going to try to do a little bit better. I'm never going to make a 2-hour long video because, quite honestly, if I see a video that's 2 hours long, I don't even start it. So I'm never going to make a lengthy video anyway, but last month, the 7 or 8 minutes, whatever it was pretty lame. So I'm actually going to try to record some stuff. So this month I want to try to do a little bit of body work in here. Maybe do some body work on the cab corners. I'm not going to go too far in with it because you're never going to see any of that crap once the bed is on. And speaking of bed, it's kind of funny because I thought in my head by the end of February I would already have the bed on, and I didn't come close to achieving that goal. But by the end of March, yeah, right. Anyway, going to keep plugging away at this thing, and hopefully I can get the front end mounted. Right now the fenders are just sitting there with like one bolt in them. And like I said, do a little bit of body work on here, get some of this stuff primered, and hopefully move towards getting the bed on before the weather gets too nice and I actually want to drive it. Of course I would get here, get the shop all warmed up, and then run out of welding wire. Why not? Dang. Come on.
I made a bracket to mount my bumper to and mount the front end to. As you can see, nothing fancy about it, but it is a whole lot stronger than just having the front end sitting there. That's what it looks like with the bumper on it.
This bed is in terrible condition. Like, I knew it was bad, but wow. Check out this old school bodywork it's got going on here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and pop rivet a piece of sheet metal over top of the rust. What I didn't know is that they cut the whole bottom of the bed off right here. I never realized that, which is a real bummer because I've got to shorten it. And now I also got to add a piece down there. Man, this thing is toast. And the bed floor is shot. Freaking whacked in the back. Man, everywhere. Well, that changes my plans a little bit. I was going to bring the car in here and lift the bed up and measure and drop it down and do a little bit of trimming. And now realistically, I'm not going to be able to use that bed floor at all. I've got so much work to do on the sides of the bed that it's really not worth trying to keep them intact. I might actually just cut this bed up into like a front section and maybe the sides. Oh man, I don't know. Hey, what a mess. You know, if you're out there and you're thinking, hey, I need to do some body work on my old truck and I don't have a welder, I'm just going to go ahead and cut some sheet metal and then pop rivet it on my bed and then put like 3 inches of Bondo over it to cover it. Don't do that. My old machining teacher would love how I'm using a center drill. Holy shit. Look at that. Dang. Forget what I just said. Let's put that back on there. This is where it's going to get tricky. I need to take 15.5 inches out of the side according to my calculations. So I was planning on just cutting it up here, but now I'll probably have to cut it further back and go ahead and get rid of a chunk of this while I'm at it. Have less to patch in. Yikes. Well, I'll be able to cut some of the crap out. I couldn't get all of it, but I'll take it. Same thing with over here. This is pretty sketchy down there. So I'll cut some of it out. Still have plenty of work to do. Well, starting to get there. Trimmed a whole bunch out of here. I have come to the realization that I'm going to have to do some manipulating down here because those wheels are definitely going to rub. So been tweaking on it. Try to get one side done and hope the other side should go a lot quicker. Perfect. Whoa. Oh boy, I've done it now. Check this out. So I started mocking up this bed here. The bed floor was so bad, I just cut it all out. I wasn't even going to play with it. Wasn't even going to try to trim for this and wasn't even worth it. I mean, as you can see, the bed was just shot. Inside of here, terrible. I cut out a whole bunch of it that was really bad. Try to save myself a little bit of Bodywork, but yeah, it's just terrible. Anyway, here's the problem. Look at this. In deciding to channel the cab like 8 inches over the Crown Vic floor, I made a whole lot of extra problems for myself. My thought was that I would make this bed where I can bring it on and off if need be. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. I have to move everything over here 6 inches or so, and then that's going to create the problem of probably some clearance in here. We'll have to see. The good thing is it looks like my half-ass measurements with the center line of the axle worked out. As you can see, my bootleg marker there. But man, it's going to be a ton of work. My plan was to put maybe a wood floor in it and then make a little trunk basically inside the wood that would open up, maybe out of the old hood hinges from the Crown Vic or something. But now all this stuff's going to have to get trimmed and come over. Obviously the rear bumper is going to have to go. I thought after doing the cab that the bed would be easy, but yikes, what a mess. No, sir, I don't like it.